$25,000. Elon Musk just leaked the full specs, and it's causing absolute chaos. The Model Q isn't just affordable, it's a calculated attack on every competitor. Next-gen batteries delivering 300-plus miles, revolutionary casting tech cutting costs by 30%, and autonomous driving that rivals $100,000 cars. But here's the shocking part. Leaked documents confirm Tesla can produce 500,000 units annually while maintaining premium features. How is this mathematically possible? What technology did they unlock? And which major automakers won't survive this? Before we dive into the leaked specs, let's talk about what's been happening behind the scenes. For months, people genuinely believed Tesla had killed the affordable EV. Reuters ran a story saying it was done. Wall Street analysts wrote it off. Even hardcore Tesla fans started questioning whether Musk was just stringing everyone along with empty promises. Then February 12th happened. A drone pilot doing routine flyovers of Giga, Texas, caught something that made everyone stop and stare. There was this heavily camouflaged vehicle with proportions that didn't match anything Tesla currently makes. The wheelbase was noticeably shorter, about 15% smaller than a Model 3. But what really caught attention was the dashboard, completely wrapped in black fabric like they were hiding state secrets. That same week, Travis Axelrod, Tesla's head of investor relations, stood in front of Deutsche Bank investors and said something that you can't just walk back. He confirmed the Model Q launches in the first half of 2025. When you tell Wall Street something like that, you're not guessing. You're making a commitment that has legal teeth if you're wrong. That's when it hit me. This thing is actually real. So what's in these leaked specs that has everyone freaking out? Let me walk you through this because once you understand the economics, you'll see why traditional automakers are in serious trouble. Every electric vehicle company faces the same nightmare. Batteries eat up about 40% of the car's total cost. It's why you can't find a decent EV under $35,000 without massive compromises on range or features. The entire industry just accepted this as reality. Tesla looked at that reality and decided to rewrite the rules completely. Their 4680 battery cells are now rolling off the line in Nevada at 536 cells per second. That's enough capacity to build 500,000 vehicles every year from one factory. But here's what matters more than volume. They've cut the cost per kilowatt hour by 56% compared to traditional lithium-ion batteries. When I first saw that number, I had to double-check it because that kind of cost reduction doesn't just happen. It requires fundamentally rethinking how batteries are manufactured. The Model Q comes with two battery options. The base version has 53 kilowatt hours, giving you 310 miles of range. The upgraded pack is 75 kilowatt hours, pushing past 400 miles. Think about that for a second. The average person drives maybe 40 miles a day. Even the base Model Q gives you almost 8 days of normal driving on one charge. This isn't a city-only compliance car. This is a vehicle that actually works for real life. Now here's a piece most people miss that connects everything together. Musk's government position isn't just political noise. It's fast-tracking approval for Tesla's lithium refinery in Texas, which will cut their raw material costs by 30%. While every other manufacturer is buying batteries from suppliers and dealing with price swings, Tesla is about to control everything from the lithium coming out of the ground to the finished battery in the car. That's not just vertical integration. That's the kind of supply chain dominance that lets you set prices nobody else can match. Let me tell you about the manufacturing side because this is where Tesla's advantage becomes almost unfair. Traditional car companies build vehicles by stamping out dozens of metal pieces and welding them together. A typical rear underbody needs over 70 separate parts. Tesla's Giga casting replaces all of that with one aluminum piece that takes 90 seconds to make. They're producing 45 cars per hour, while the industry average sits at maybe 20. But speed isn't even the main point. This process cuts manufacturing costs by 30%. That's literally the difference between a $35,000 car and a $25,000 car, right there. It's not exotic materials or secret formulas. It's just high-pressure aluminum casting done at massive scale. The crazy part? Companies like Ford and GM have been building cars for over a century, and they can't figure out how to do this. You know why? Because their entire factory infrastructure is built around the old way. Switching would mean scrapping billions in equipment and starting over. Tesla built this capability from scratch because they had nothing to protect. That's the advantage of being new. There's also this 48-volt electrical system that sounds boring until you realize what it enables. Every car you've ever driven runs on 12 volts, a standard from decades ago. The problem is, low voltage needs thick, heavy wiring to carry power without overheating. Tesla quadrupled the voltage, which means thinner wires, hundreds of pounds less weight, and way less copper cost. But that's just the surface level. With 48 volts, components can communicate wirelessly instead of needing physical wires connecting everything. Your car's lights, sensors, and accessories talk to each other like devices on Wi-Fi. This makes assembly simpler, reduces things that can break, and makes software updates incredibly powerful. Tesla can literally add new features to your car years after you bought it without you visiting a service center. That changes what it means to own a vehicle. The controversial part? Tesla is creating a proprietary system that could become the industry standard they control. If everyone else has to adopt 48-volt architecture, Tesla owns the playbook. That's the iPhone strategy applied to cars, and some people see it as innovation, while others see it as building a monopoly. Now we get to the claim that has people calling this impossible. During a live gaming stream, Musk let slip that Tesla's testing fully unsupervised self-driving on the Model Q. Not assisted driving where you watch the road, full autonomy where the car handles everything, on a $25,000 vehicle. That sounds insane because Tesla's FSD costs $15,000 to buy outright, or $199 a month to subscribe. The hardware alone costs thousands. Here's the trick. The Model Q ships with all the hardware, cameras, AI chips, sensors, but you pay extra for the software. Base price stays low, but Tesla has this massive upsell opportunity. You can subscribe monthly so you're not dropping $15,000 up front. And they recently started letting people transfer FSD licenses between cars they own, which keeps you locked into buying more Teslas when you upgrade. But there's a bigger play here that's honestly kind of brilliant. The Model Q shares its platform with the Cybercab, Tesla's robotaxi. That means you could potentially add your car to Tesla's autonomous fleet when you're not using it and earn money while it drives other people around. Your $25,000 purchase becomes an asset generating income. Whether regulators allow this is unclear, but the technical capability will be there from day one. They're already making over 450,000 vehicles every quarter. Adding the Model Q means adapting current lines, not building entirely new factories. Giga Texas starts production, then Giga Mexico scales it globally. Because they're using proven Model 3 and Model Y components, they're not starting from scratch. It's an optimization of technology they've already mastered. What worries me is the timeline. Mid-2025 is 4 months away. That's aggressive even for Tesla. The Model Y took way longer from announcement to delivery. Either they've achieved something genuinely unprecedented in manufacturing, or they're overpromising and we'll see delays. Time will tell. But here's what really gets me thinking. If Tesla delivers this, a $25,000 EV with 300 miles of range and autonomous capability, the entire car market gets flipped upside down overnight. Used car values crater because why buy a used gas car when a new electric with better tech costs the same? Dealerships face extinction because Tesla sells direct. Gas stations lose customers as EV adoption accelerates. The ripples touch everything in transportation. Yet Tesla's stock dropped 17% after Trump's inauguration, despite these plans. Sales fell 1% last year, the first decline in 12 years. European deliveries plunged 45% in January, partly because of backlash to Musk's political involvement. So even if the Model Q is revolutionary, will people actually buy it? Tesla doesn't advertise. They depend entirely on brand strength and word of mouth. If Musk's personal controversies undermine that brand, even a perfect product struggles. The irony would be devastating. Tesla might have built the exact car that transforms the industry at the exact moment their reputation is most damaged. That's the variable nobody's accounting for, and it might matter more than any specification on paper. Here's the bottom line. That $25,000 price isn't hype. It's Tesla proving affordable EVs with real capability can exist. We asked how this was possible. Now you know. Controlling lithium refining cuts costs 30%. Giga casting replaces 70 parts with one. The 48-volt system makes cars updatable like smartphones. Tesla just rewrote industry economics. The real story starts with production. If Tesla delivers 500,000 Model Qs annually with 300-mile range and autonomy at this price, legacy automakers face existential crisis. Ford and GM already lose money on EVs. Now they compete against a $25,000 Tesla. 6 months will separate survivors from history. My question for you, can traditional automakers respond, or will Tesla dominate affordable EVs completely? Drop your take in the comments now. If this gave you clarity on what's happening, smash that like button. Subscribe to Tesla Zone and hit the notification bell so you catch our next breakdown when production numbers drop. We're tracking every move. The affordable EV revolution doesn't start when Model Q launches. It started when Tesla made the impossible inevitable. Elon Musk just revealed what might be the most dangerous car Tesla has ever built. Not because it's fast, though 0 to 60 in 6 seconds is insane for this price. Not because of the 310-mile range or the revolutionary 50,000-ton Giga press manufacturing. It's dangerous because at $15,990, the Model 2 costs less than a basic Corolla while performing like a sports car. Think about that for a second. How is Tesla selling a real EV with those specs at a price that undercuts nearly every gas car on the market? Look, when I first saw that $15,990 number, I didn't believe it. We've all been burned by Elon's promises before. The Model 3 was supposed to be $35,000 and affordable. That took years of production hell, and the base model barely existed. So I get the skepticism. But something's different this time. Tesla has built over 5 million electric vehicles since those Model 3 struggles. That's 5 million opportunities to figure out what costs too much and what customers actually use versus what they say they want. The Model 2 isn't some breakthrough technology. It's 7 years of painful lessons applied to one goal: make an EV regular people can actually afford. And when I say regular people, I mean it. The average new car costs $48,000 now. A Honda Civic starts at $27,000. A Corolla is $22,000. These aren't luxury vehicles, yet they're out of reach for millions. Tesla's coming in at $15,990. And suddenly the question isn't whether you can afford a new car, it's whether you can afford not to buy this one. Here's the math that hit me. Average American drives 13,500 miles yearly. At current gas prices, that's $1,500 in fuel and